High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen.
Almost had a really good chance there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Thank you.
Holy smokes, that fish is big.
What do you think? Good.
Yeah, beautiful bull.
Nice fish.
That's a nice coping.
It's cool.
I know it's not a small one, let's put it that way.
He's a good one.
Boy, he has good lines, that dog.
Man, that's a nice bull. Nice one. That was an awesome bite.
This could be the one.
Pretty good.
Well, let's just get in that little draw right there, this first one, and go down, see what we see there.
This week on the Northwest Outdoorsmen, we're hunting elk in eastern Oregon. We began bow hunting with Monte Graybeal in timbered ground.
We were waiting on you. You're gonna lose them. It's just cool to see them.
Then Kelly Martin searches for a big bull on a rifle hunt in juniper and sagebrush country.
I guess I'm gonna go down, or should I shoot him again?
High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen, brought to you by Hunt to the Sun Safaris, Oregon Cattlemen's Association, Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure. Elk hunting in the Pacific Northwest is as iconic as hunting whitetails in the eastern U.S. Oregon has an elk population of about 120,000 animals, so the hunting opportunities are excellent. The Harrods have hunted elk in Oregon for many generations, and archery has become their passion. With bow in hand, Monte Graybeal heads to the woods to discover the Harrods' favorite elk hunting spots.
Hunting and fishing for us is all about family and our closest friends. And when it comes to big game hunting, we're really passionate about elk hunting, and we'd rather do it with a bow and arrow than just about anything else. We've been hunting the same public lands in eastern Oregon for over 20 years now, I guess. Typically, we don't really take too many people there. We're pretty secretive about where we go. It's usually just my brother and I and Dad, or Riley, our real close friend who we grew up with. And this year I wanted to take my good friend Monte Graybeal with me down there, and just was looking forward to sharing that experience with him and showing him around some of the places that I've hunted for so long.
Lay down up there, we'll just give him a little time.
First morning hunt was a little bit of a trek. We got out and did some hiking across a north slope. Found ourselves dropping into a large basin. Had two sides that could be hunted, and we chose to hunt more of the north slope and did a fair amount of calling and looking for sign. It was fairly uneventful. It was a good morning out. We enjoyed it. There wasn't a lot to be had that day. The conditions out there this last week have been very difficult, and anybody that we've talked to about the weather itself has agreed that it's one of the driest years that anybody can remember. It went from seeing a whole lot of really beautiful little butterflies to wondering what was happening to the landscape. Frankly, it was pretty devastating as we drove farther into the forest.
So the pine butterfly is a native insect. It's not an invasive species. It didn't come from another country. It's always been here. So it's a natural part of our ecosystem. They hatch from eggs between March and early July, and then they go through 6 to 8 caterpillar stages. August is the peak, and the egg is the overwintering stage. So they mate, they lay the eggs on the pine needles or whatever else as you saw. They eat the needles, like they eat the entire needle when there's an outbreak. It does not kill the trees. They actually can recover unless there's a big outbreak of bark beetles. Then you can have some mortality, but normally they recover in a couple years.
We found a nice closed road. It was a nice bottom with meadows. It was cool. Seemed to offer a lot of the things that we thought maybe we would find elk in. Did a little bit of calling. We just happened to see some movement as that elk started moving towards us. We were able to get off to the edge of the road and try to get set up. It was pretty fast. We were concerned about being seen, and so it wasn't the perfect setup. And when that small bull came down, the shooting lane wasn't the best. I think I missed. And it was just a poor shooting opportunity. The small window that was available just didn't work out. So we thought we'd give that thought a little rest. It looked good. We returned the next day and found ourselves coming up that same drainage. And as it got to a good shooting light, we decided we would put out a couple of calls. Before we knew it, they were on us. In fact, there were more elk there than we thought, and that did catch us off guard a little bit. A good 10-yard shot. With the tough conditions and the way things have been this last week, we just felt really excited to have the opportunity, so we made that shot. You find yourself excited and happy and frankly privileged with the opportunity to shoot a nice spike bull, so I don't have any regrets.
Next on the Northwest Outdoorsmen.
Right.
Ultimate archery experience. Once in a lifetime. Life-changing. Unforgettable African adventure. Archery hunting like this can only be experienced in South Africa. Book your hunt today at highmountainhuntingsupply.com. Oregon cattlemen have a heritage rich with ambition, and they care deeply about the sustainability of the state's natural resources. Producers big and small are represented by the Oregon Cattlemen's Association, formed in 1913. Today, the association works to promote environmentally and socially sound industry practices and provide hunter access.
The things that we do for our business, open space, crop, even irrigated agriculture, benefits wildlife hugely.
The Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Cattlemen care. High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen. Brought to you by Hunt the Sun Safaris, Oregon Cattlemen's Association, Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure. The Northwest Outdoorsmen believe strongly in passing on hunting traditions. And sometimes learning to hunt is not all about kids. Sam Martin, a Harrod family cousin, has been teaching his wife Kelly the challenge and excitement of elk hunting. We traveled to the juniper and sagebrush hills of eastern Oregon to share a memorable elk hunt on horseback with the Martins.
This was my third hunt. I took a break last year. So 3 years ago was my first year. Sam convinced me that, he's been out so many times, I thought maybe I need to see what this was all about.
Oh, absolutely. The first year I asked her, I said, hey, don't you want to go hunting? She said, yeah, I think that'd be all right, because she was always kind of upset about having to stay at the cabin while I went hunting all the time. And I said, well, hey, why don't you get a tag and you and I will go hunt.
I enjoy being out.
Is that what you like the most about it, you think?
Absolutely. I like, it's a challenge. When your adrenaline starts going, and it's a big animal. Oh, he is nice.
Oh, don't pull it that way.
Well, we headed up the hill. We went up the ridge line and we spotted a cow. So we went around the ridge and got out in front of her. Found just the cow there, and as we were watching her, she kind of wandered off. We saw 3 bulls or raghorns across the way and watched them and decided that they weren't big enough.
No, but it's not right. Am I going with you?
We sent Sam and he went over to check another ridge, and Casey and I went and got the horses, and we wanted to check the other side of the ridge just to make sure there wasn't a herd under there. We saw Sam motioning to us that there was a big bull up on the hill, so we rode over to him and in the meantime spooked that bull out.
I think he sees us. He's gonna break over the top there. I don't think he's that bad. He's gonna be out of here. Dang it, that's too bad.
I was kind of excited about it. I thought maybe he was big enough for me to shoot, but he turned out to not be a shooter bull. I love horses, and I've always loved horses and riding them, so putting the two together, it makes it a lot of fun. We can cover a lot of country, and it seems like we can get closer to game without them getting spooked.
The most important thing in horseback hunting is making sure you have the right horse. You want a horse that's calm and has no problem, not going to spook or anything like that. It's real important to have good feet on a horse. Black feet, black hooves are your hard hooves usually. The weight on the pack saddle is not going to make much difference. It's more just how that pack saddle, how they like the feel of it on them. The most important thing with leading horses, you never want to tie off. You always want to pack the lead rope loose. There's a lot of risks to having a horse, but the rewards are way worth it.
So just rode out and went to kind of the back corner of the place. And
I'll be a bull out here feeding now, see, feeding along.
Saw a number of different elk.
I think he's got better tine length. Then there's one in this upper group that's looking away from us. He's not too bad either. Got more mass and he's got better tine length, it looks like.
Yeah, we were glassing down into some of the flat country, and all of a sudden saw 2 bulls, 2 mature bulls come right up to us, and we got into position.
Coming up after the break.
I think they're all ready. Yeah, he's got good genetics.
We're gonna go find some bulls.
The Northwest Outdoorsmen features Northwest residents hunting, fishing, and enjoying the Pacific Northwest. Just average sportsmen doing what the majority of sportsmen do, and that's doing it on their own.
Visit the Harrod Outdoors website for information about upcoming episodes, recipes from the Harrod's Cookhouse, Season 1 DVDs, knife sharpeners, and Harrod outdoor gifts, including fishing lure earrings for outdoor women.
Outfit yourself or buy them for gifts at harrodoutdoors.com.
Hey everybody, it's Kelsey with High Mountain, and I'm excited to announce that we have become the Northwest representative for Hunt the Sun Safaris. If you're looking for an opportunity of a lifetime to go hunt one of the most incredible places along the legendary Serengeti, where Elmer Keith wrote some of his best works, this is your opportunity. Check out our website at highmountainhuntingsupply.com. That's highmountainhuntingsupply.com. Click on the safari link and check us out for the hunt of a lifetime.
High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen, brought to you by Hunt the Sun Safaris, Oregon Cattlemen's Association, Pacific Calls, The Hunting Couple, Max Lure. Welcome back to Elk Hunting in Eastern Oregon.
That was the only thing I thought of up there at Lemon. I thought, gosh, what in the world? And I thought, that's one of the main things, because there's so many of these huge ranches that have sold out and there's not a cow on them anymore. One of the things that we've been able to realize is just how well that, that it can both work. So just rode out and went to kind of the back corner of the place. And
I'll be a bull out here feeding now, see, feeding along.
Saw a number of different elk.
I think he's got better tine length. Then there's one in this upper group that's looking away from us. He's not too bad either. Got more mass and he's got better tine length, it looks like.
Yeah, we were glassing down into some of the flat country and all of a sudden saw two mature bulls come right up to us and we got into position. And they came right to us, but they just weren't quite able to cross the border fence on our border, and they stayed on the neighbor's place. Yeah, it was pretty exciting having those bulls come in. You know, we'd seen a number of elk before that, and then these two mature bulls that came right in, and yeah, pretty exciting. Anytime you've got a mature bull coming right to you like that. That was pretty exciting though. Yeah. He's got good genetics. I think they winded us just enough to know that there's something they didn't like.
Well, even if they didn't wind us, the horses.
The horses, yeah.
Not even 100 yards. Easily could have taken a shot, but that's not the kind of way us ranchers work up here, our neighbor's fence line is it, and that's no matter where the bulls are, that's what it is. So we honor that.
He's gonna be out of here. Dang it, that's too bad.
I was kind of excited about it. I thought maybe he was big enough for me to shoot, but he turned out to not be a shooter bull. Went up over to where we thought he had gone over the hill and kind of glassed for him and didn't see him. We headed up to the top of the mountain. And got up there and glassed around and
You can't get any higher.
we spotted two bulls on the other, way far away, a few ridges over, and decided to head over there and check them out. They looked pretty big from where we were at.
Oh, we're gonna go find some bulls.
We rode over to them and got pretty close and noticed that one was pretty big.
Seems.
Had a little talk about which way would be the best to get over to them, and one way we were kind of going to be out in the open for a little bit. So we decided probably wasn't the best route, so we took the longer route.
I just am nervous about him laying down. It's just cool to see him.
About 50
some years.
50 some years.
Your grandfather who purchased?
Yeah, I guess when he was about 16 years old or something, he happened to be helping a rancher up here. He happened to ride by this country and looked up at this mountain and said, I'm going to own that mountain someday. And sure enough, he did. Dad and Grandpa ended up building most of it, a little help, and they had a masonry do the fireplace.
The tree always served as kind of a spooky thing for me when I was a lot younger. I always pictured a mountain lion up in one of those limbs when I'd come out to get a piece of firewood after dark. You know, most of the time we come up here and work all day, and so it's nice to come up here and hunt, and even though the hunting's hard work, it's more of a vacation, and to us this is kind of the best place that you could ever come to have a vacation.
Coming up after the break.
We're gonna go find some bulls. Still, I don't think he's that bad. So down there.
Hey everybody, it's Kelsey with High Mountain, and I'm excited to announce that we have become the Northwest representative for Hunt the Sun Safaris. If you're looking for an opportunity of a lifetime to go hunt one of the most incredible places along the legendary Serengeti, where Elmer Keith wrote some of his best works, this is your opportunity. Check out our website at highmountainhuntingsupply.com. That's highmountainhuntingsupply.com. Click on the safari link and check us out for the hunt of a lifetime.
Oregon cattlemen have a heritage rich with ambition, and they care deeply about the sustainability of the state's natural resources. Producers big and small are represented by the Oregon Cattlemen's Association, formed in 1913. Today, the association works to promote environmentally and socially sound industry practices and provide hunter access.
The things that we do for our business, open space, crop, even irrigated agriculture, benefits wildlife hugely.
The Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Cattlemen care. High Mountain Hunting Supply presents the Northwest Outdoorsmen. Brought to you by Hunt the Sun Safaris. Oregon Cattlemen's Association. Pacific Calls. The Hunting Couple. Max Lure. Welcome back to Kelly Martin's Elk Hunt.
They were laying down, bedded down, facing the opposite direction we were coming up, so they really had no idea. The wind was perfect.
Oh, okay. So down there. Are they standing? But are there trees in that draw? Why don't I see them from here? Okay.
At about 200 yards, Sam wanted to take our shoes off, and we all looked at him like he was crazy. The bulls were uphill from us. There was a sagebrush between us and the bulls. We kind of ducked our heads. Got up there within 53 yards, I think we were at. They still had no clue we were there.
Here. Go down, or should I shoot him again?
Good job.
Put shoes on before we go.
He finally was curious enough to turn and look at us, and that's when I took my shot.
Well, he didn't go far. Not gonna say meat in the freezer. Oh, he is nice. Oh. Yeah. I think that's bigger than the first one.
This hunt, this was the closest I've ever shot, 53 yards, so we were pretty close. I definitely think the closer you can get, the funner, the more challenging it is. It's been good to be out spend time with Sam and get outside and do something we both enjoy doing. We have fun doing it.
I seem to be.
It's a tremendous joy for me to take her hunting. It's something just awesome to me.
Help your brother hold it up.
When you get something like Kelly's bull here, we call up the kids. They get to join in on the fun, and you can see the excitement all over their face. When you get one and you get to show it to them, it's pretty rewarding.
We get out and have a nice ride and see a lot of country. And
that was an awesome hunt. Perfect day.
Now we gotta go home and eat some lunch.
Now it's time for another Harrod's Cookhouse recipe brought to you by Micklich's, Spokane's spice and gluten-free bakery since 1948. Today we're making elk meatloaf. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Start by mixing 1.5 pounds ground elk burger with Micklich's cocoa and French roast barbecue rub. Chop 1/2 cup each finely diced onion and celery. Grate 1/2 cup raw russet potato or even sweet potato. Add 1 egg, 1 teaspoon minced garlic. Add vegetables to the meat. 1/4 cup tomato sauce and 1.5 cup crushed barbecue potato chips. Mix thoroughly. Bake in a 375 degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. Add barbecue sauce on top for variation. For this and other great recipes, visit the Harrod Outdoors website. Tune in next week for another great wild game recipe.
For hunting, but it's also another thing. It's kind of a way that we're able to see that ranching and big game can coexist, and with good ranch management and good game management, it just shows that you can do both, and that it doesn't have to be exclusively a game preserve, that both cattle and big game, trophy big game, can be on the same ground at the same time and be successful for both.